The 20th century witnessed two devastating world wars that left an indelible mark on human history. These conflicts, World War I from 1914 to 1918 and World War II from 1939 to 1945, were unprecedented in their scale of destruction and loss of life. They reshaped the geopolitical landscape, toppled empires, and gave rise to new ideologies and power structures. The causes of these wars were complex and multifaceted, stemming from a confluence of factors such as nationalism, imperialism, militarism, and the failure of diplomacy. The First World War, initially known as the Great War, erupted in the heart of Europe. A network of alliances between European powers transformed a regional conflict into a global conflagration. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914, served as the immediate trigger for the war. However, the underlying causes ran much deeper. Intense nationalism, economic rivalries, and a fierce arms race created a volatile atmosphere in Europe. The Second World War followed just 2 decades later. It was a truly global conflict that engulfed Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. The rise of aggressive, expansionist regimes in Germany, Italy, and Japan played a significant role in the outbreak of war. The failure of the Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I, to address the underlying tensions and grievances of the defeated nations, contributed to the rise of fascism and the outbreak of another devastating conflict. Both world wars had a profound and lasting impact on the world. They led to the deaths of millions, caused widespread economic devastation, and resulted in significant social and political upheavals. The wars also witnessed remarkable technological advancements in weaponry and warfare, forever changing the face of modern combat. World War I, often referred to as the war to end all wars, was a conflict characterized by its brutality, stalemate, and unprecedented loss of life. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo ignited a chain reaction of events that plunged Europe into chaos. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, declared war on Serbia, which was allied with Russia. The war quickly escalated as a complex web of alliances drew other nations into the conflict. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire formed the Central Powers, while Great Britain, France, Russia, and eventually the United States constituted the Allied Powers. The Western Front, characterized by a vast network of trenches that stretched for hundreds of miles, became a symbol of the war's brutality and stalemate. Trench warfare emerged as a defining feature of World War I. Soldiers on both sides faced horrific conditions in these muddy, rat-infested trenches, enduring constant shelling, machine gun fire, and the threat of poison gas attacks. The war saw the introduction of new military technologies, including tanks, airplanes, and submarines, which forever changed the nature of warfare. The Battle of the Somme, fought in 1916, exemplified the horrors of trench warfare. On the first day of the battle alone, the British Army suffered over 57,000 casualties, making it the bloodiest day in British military history. The war dragged on for 4 long years, with millions of soldiers and civilians perishing in the conflict. The Second World War, even more devastating than its predecessor, erupted from the ashes of unresolved grievances and the rise of totalitarian regimes in Europe and Asia. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I, had imposed harsh penalties on Germany, creating resentment and economic hardship that fueled the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Hitler's expansionist ambitions in Europe, coupled with the aggressive militarism of Japan in Asia, set the stage for another global conflict. Germany's invasion of Poland on September 1, 1939, marked the beginning of World War II. Great Britain and France declared war on Germany in response to the invasion of Poland. World War II was a truly global conflict, fought on multiple fronts across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. The war witnessed some of the most horrific atrocities in human history, including the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of Jews and other minority groups by the Nazi regime. Key battles, such as the Battle of Stalingrad, the D-Day invasion of Normandy, and the Battle of Midway, proved to be turning points in the war. The conflict also saw the development and use of atomic bombs, marking a terrifying new chapter in the history of warfare. The United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945, leading to Japan's unconditional surrender and the end of World War II. The two world wars of the 20th century left an indelible mark on human history. They resulted in the deaths of tens of millions of people, caused widespread economic devastation, and led to profound social and political changes across the globe. The wars also ushered in the atomic age, forever altering the balance of power and posing an existential threat to humanity. In the aftermath of World War II, the world witnessed the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as the two dominant superpowers. This rivalry between the capitalist West and the communist East led to the Cold War, a period of intense geopolitical tension and ideological conflict that shaped international relations for decades. The formation of the United Nations in 1945 represented a concerted effort to prevent future wars and promote international cooperation. The UN has played a significant role in peacekeeping, humanitarian aid, and addressing global challenges such as poverty, disease, and climate change. The world wars also had a profound impact on the course of the 20th century. They led to the decline of European colonialism, the rise of the United States as a global superpower, and the spread of communism. The wars also accelerated technological advancements in fields such as medicine, aviation, and computing.